it's a regional match, but more importantly, it's a showcase. It's time to get underway with our very first map here in this grand final, and we go to Pengu and Dev.
Thank you, Rob. Look, we've already got 2 champions in the APL for 2025 Stage 1, but we need a representative from the north, and it's going to be either FEARX or Dplus, either the Koreans or the Brazilians, who have jumped in, and they are the last remaining representatives from the import rosters, with Elevate and Gaming Gladiators being knocked out of their respective regions. But of course, Brazil can never be underestimated in Rainbow Six. However, they're up against the Korean super team, BNK FEARX, straight through from the upper bracket, where they knocked Dplus down into lowers. And of course, coming back through that lower final, the Brazilians are here again. We go to Cafe Pengu. FEARX picked it, and you can see why. They destroyed Dplus last time they played, 7-3 on this very map. Dplus need to hope that there's no dust. They need to hope that they're coming in hot after that big 3-mapper against Scars earlier today.
Yeah, and the way that Scars and FEARX, they play the game is very differently as well. So
locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I don't think they take much of what they learned against Scars into this match against FEARX because of the stylistic differences between the two teams. Of course, Scars known as like the more aggressive, mechanical, in-your-face kind of team. FEARX, they can turn up if they need to, but they love the utility, their strats, their layers, especially on defense. I mean, look at it right now. Opening round, Valkyrie got to deal with those cameras, the vertical C4s, the mirror windows, got to deal with those too. Aruni gates for burn. They're setting up all these different win conditions and having all these different kinds of counters for the side of Dplus. FEARX though, when they're attacking, they're great at problem solving. So when FEARX sees this lineup from Dplus, they're gonna go, okay, what do we need to pick now? Just perfectly pick this apart. They're gonna go with Monty in the opening round for Wookie Man. And it's one of those. When Wookie Man is on the shield, he's not gonna get kills necessarily, but he's gonna lead his team into a good position. And he was so clutch earlier against Dplus in the last matchup.
Yeah. Most clutches of any player in APL North. He's a top 5 player by EPS in the region, and Wookie Man loves these shields. His top operator is Blackbeard, and the Monty comes in at a close 3rd place as well. No shield bans from the Dplus side, getting rid of the Dockerby and the Grim instead. The Dockerby giving them a little bit more flexibility when it comes to using OBS tool operators like that Valkyrie, Maestro or Echo if they want to use it. Also makes it much easier to roam. FEARX on the flip side, they get rid of the shield counter in the clash, and they get rid of one of those critical architect operators in the castle. It means that there's a lot more lines of sight open for FEARX to capitalize upon.
It's a very small map here on Cafe. That's why shields are so good to help just kind of move in through. It's also why Clash Ban, as you mentioned, is so strong, because having these narrow hallways and Clash standing in your way, you can't really circumvent the operator very easily. Of course, you got the window repels.
Oh, nice.
The Kali Lens going out, but they can be shot. It doesn't work the same as an Ash. So, yeah, unless you clear those corners, these mirror windows, hard to deal with. Perhaps Mephi and a Ying will throw out a Candela or a Smoke and they can try again, but there's no more lances left for Good Boy. So FEARX kind of failed the first step right now. It's not very like them, but again, Dplus, they said they're prepared, and that seems like a counter strat.
Yeah, it's good, clever. Not a lot of teams do shoot off those Kali Lances, so credit to Dplus, and they found the opening kill as well. Good Boy, best player in the region, goes down.
Oh.
Mephi with the knife on the rappel as he finishes off Falls. Warden, no more. With that Ying's Candela still at large, the Monty has to get aggressive. Rin's fallen as well, so just Woogie and Mephi now. Oh, big shots there with the pistol, but it's not enough. Mephi the last one. And FEARX struggling to get into Cafe. In the opening round, Dplus have taken control.
I mean, you fail to destroy the mirror windows, the entire attack just has to pivot and try and find something else, and then we see Dplus perfect timing on the aggression, jumping out the windows, getting 2 picks. And just kind of stopping FEARX once more from trying to execute. It comes down to FEARX thinking, oh, we'll just use our gadget for this mirror window. And it goes, oh, wait, that doesn't work. There is a world where you could have just walked up with Wookie Man on the Monty, punch the mirror window, shatter it. If you have people on the repels covering both the pixel swing from the white hallway door or from the mirror window itself, of course. But they didn't think they needed it. this is one of those tactical timeouts right now. I think FEARX is just discussing what went wrong, what they gotta change, or perhaps that, hey, Dplus, they actually have pretty good counter setups. We need to not just play our default strategies, but feel out what's happening in the server and then make a choice. Because a lot of attacking round strategies are preemptively made, right? Oh, the top floor attack guys just do the Monty piano take. And then you just kind of default into that. Whereas it might be a case of, all right, guys, let's do the Monty attack, like let's play the Monty, but let's see what the setup is, and then choose if we go piano, if we go cocktail, if we go up the staircases, and then take it from there.
Now, last time Dplus defended on Cafe when these teams met, they did play that mirror setup on the top floor. It was a very similar setup. In fact, both teams actually banned the same operators. It was FEARX getting rid of the castle and the clash, and Dplus getting rid of the Grim and the Dockerby. So it's not, like, in theory, any surprises. No great big counter strats. I mean, last time FEARX didn't even bring the Kali. I think maybe they saw that the Mira was picked last time. They decided to bring the Kali, but Dplus was a step ahead with that counter. Of course, like you said, Ash would have worked just fine. But, I mean, you could even potentially bait for a kill. You shoot the Lance on the wall, you have someone watching for the player to run out of that mirror window, and you find that kill against them. But regardless, that's one round on the board. You can't understate how impactful that is for Dplus to get a confident one in the books at the start of this map. Ooh, speaking of confidence, that's a very ambitious drone from Code. It's very hard to get drones in the map on Cafe because you can, as a defending lineup in the prep phase, isolate those staircases. So that's a big advantage for Coded.
I just realized something. I've been struggling with understanding why Dplus are defending when Wookieman is attacking. It's because Wookieman used to play for Dplus, right?
Yes.
Like, my brain hasn't fully gotten used to it. Because in the very opening, I was like, oh yeah, Dplus are so good when they play defense. I'm like, wait, Mitzi, Bullet, wait, they're defending. Oh, wait, they are Dplus. Oh,
it's confusing, right? Because for the longest time, Wookieman and Coded were the core of this roster. Since Dplus entered Rainbow Six Siege, they picked up the old Busan Spear roster. And, of course, that was Wookieman and Good Boy, and Wookieman, Coded, and Rin's team back in the day. So it's such a big moment for the organization, the Korean organization, to finally drop their last Korean players and move to a full Brazilian roster. And that's, as we said, why this is such a grudge match for Coded and Woogie.
Gonna go for a rush here. Blackbeard in, Amaro hook, and of course the Incandelas, they're gonna go fast.
Oh, might find the player very close by.
He's in the corner.
But the Yin Candela just comes through a little bit too late, and it is going to allow Falls to have the angle and be completely unblinded, able to see that player and take him down easily. I mean, what a disappointing execute there for FEARX. That said, they did get their 2 kills and traded back for 2, so I guess it's not the end of the world. They have most of the top floor.
Yeah, of course, block is dead, so lack of verticality, but they can do some with the Deimo's secondary pistol with the Vendetta, some grenades on the floor perhaps. But I think FEARX very slow to set up, and Dplus is kind of sitting around being like, okay guys, they're not piano, they haven't dropped the hatches, they're not really on the skylight, like they gotta be doing some sort of cheeky rush somewhere on the map. Dplus have good players in the right positions, and that's why they can even the score to a 3-3, which I think favors defenders more often than not, especially as I said, because the buck is dead. FEARX, they have top floor control, can't do that much with it. I think it's down to Mephi now on Blackbeard and the Deimo's trackers combined. Try and find an isolated kill, or just start progressing this map horizontally on the first floor. Mephi is doing just that with BB, checking downstairs, going into mining. 45 seconds left, not all that much time remaining.
Mining control, but of course this ain't the bomb site. I think they thought it was for a brief second, tried to plant. This is reading in Fireplace, guys, and so they have to get on through.
C4.
Wow, an absolute nuke from Midi. And Coded needs to pick up his teammate. Mephi on the Blackbeard, likely eventually get back on his feet, but a low HP shield operator is not a confident one. Big flank from Levy and Midi to find the final kill. It's an easy round here for Dplus, putting 2 in a row.
I mean, again, the perfect read. Round 1, Kali Lancers, how do you deal with them? Play aggressive in piano, shoot them off the mirrors, and then play the round of utility. Second round, a perfectly placed C4 downstairs off the Valcam information. Getting down to the 3-3, just playing passive. Again, Dplus are showing a very different style of play than they did against Scars. Against Scars, they're willingly fighting them, and there's kills happening so early in the rounds, and it's Dplus often looking for those kills themselves. Now against FEARX, they're just waiting for things to happen, and then they have the perfect reaction and just counter. And it just goes to show, playing a strategical team in FEARX is much more logical if you're Dplus. Whereas against Scars, it's always about, okay, let's expect the unexpected, and therefore our own gameplay might also get a little bit more, over the place, a little bit more inconsistent, a little bit less clean with it. So Dplus right now, massive glow up from the previous matchup with just a half-hour break.
Yeah, already looking a lot more confident in Cafe, despite being FEARX's map pick. It's not looking too hot for them. Now, last time they played it against Dplus, like we said, it was a 3-1 split on their attacking side. Of course, it was the second half of the game, which is why they only had to attack it 4 times. It looked so good. That was in the context of after the first map, which was a very different story. It was Chalet. It was an 8-7. FEARX just barely edged on out. I think it was the momentum that then they carried into Cafe, and after having a solid defensive start. So look, Dplus have not only played this well here in the game, but also coming into it, starting on the defensive side. They've had clearly time to prep for Cafe, expecting that FEARX might pick it. And they're looking like a much better team than we saw an hour ago.
IQ being brought out to deal with those Valkyrie cameras because it sucks to die to a C4 downstairs. And I think FEARX, we can expect them to slow down right now. We know that they love to get to the bomb side, 5v5, go for executes and play a...
oh my
god, this run out is very ambitious. Bit of a bad timing though, as Nears jumps out, the player on the rappel goes up on the roof, and Good Boy, who was all the way by the piano stage rappel, is just simply too far away. There's no open angle. But a good read again from Dplus. Like, they know when they can jump out, where they can jump out, because they got Valkyrie for interior information, so inside the building, and then they got the Solus for exterior, like with the Claymore Star, the pre-placed drones that are being watched. FEARX are in the building, but half the round has flown by, and they're just now boots inside the first couple of rooms. Piano, bathroom, stock freezer, Wookieman checking all the corners. He is the drone right now as the Monty.
If I'm not wrong, everyone actually has vacated the top floor. So that is ground given up now to FEARX. Need a verticality to start coming through. That's on the Ram. Last round, the Buck was killed. Ooh, he's trying to shoot out the Boogie. Will eventually get a hatch open. And that's the hatch that splits these sites in two. Fireplace and mining. Now completely locked out. Nobody playing in train as well as BNK FEARX have dominated the verticality over that. Question is, when it comes to that late round, we've got 2 C4s and a Solus. How are you going for a plant when you've got those players down below?
There is concrete positions inside of mining, but you can still get C4 through the beams in the ground if you angle it correctly. And again, time is very low for FEARX. They have only 3 drones, limited flank watch, and with Dplus, they do have downstairs presence. Again, FEARX forced on a last-second effort here, and they're just dead. Wookieman was in the side trying to plant in the middle of nowhere, no coverage.
Yeah, this is just not good enough from FEARX, is it? They've been read like a book. Dplus are just continuing to peel back. They're not looking to get aggressive. They're just waiting. Look, we've got the Nitro cells. We've got the Solus. We can hold on. The only way that FEARX win this is by flooding the site. It's going to be difficult to do that with the Banshees at large. They found some big kills. We need to see the plant come through, but the C4 clutches up the round for Dplus. The timer did whittle on down for FEARX and Dplus. They were so cool and calm. And now it's up to FEARX to collect themselves with a tactical timeout.
This might just be a Valkyrie ban after. I mean, there was a Valcam in mining in the bomb site that literally got both Wookieman killed and their pre-placed C4 that took down the final defender that was trying to save it. I know, and they shot the Valcam upstairs, but not the one in the damn bomb site. So Valkyrie, yeah, there it is. No surprise. They have to respect that operator because they've literally lost 2 rounds of, 2 separate Valcams despite having the IQ. Oh. It's sad because Wookieman had smoke grenades and everything as well, but it's like Raw Dog trying to plant in the middle of the bomb site. Like, again, it looked decent, but not really if the enemy knows exactly where you're planting at.
And so the tactical timeout comes on through, and there's been a real momentum built here by Dplus. FEARX, what's the play now? You banned out that Valkyrie, but of course Echo remains in. Are you going to stop picking this IQ? Last time these teams met on Cafe, we saw plenty of Echo out of Dplus. And the Dokkaebi's banned as well, keep that in mind. The Blackbeard ban coming through means that the shields are going to be limited to, well, Monty and Blitz and actually the Fuse, which is seemingly teased out here. As we go back onto the top floor, the real crux of this defense last time for Dplus was that mirror. And the fact that it was not counted adequately by FEARX because of the failure of that Kali. No Kali this time around, FEARX. How are you going to deal with this mirror window setup?
And this is a thing that good teams can leverage better than bad teams. When you have multiple different operators that you're bringing into a lineup consistently, that is a problem for your opponent. In this case, Dplus, they played a really good mirror and they played a really good Valkyrie. FEARX can only ban one, they have to deal with the other. And since you failed up against both, Dplus are happily taking this and say, okay, you're gonna ban this, we're gonna bring that instead. Easy solution. For the side of FEARX, because they're down 0-3 and the rounds have been going pretty one-sidedly, we can't really say that, oh, you know, they've been playing a really good Monty, it's been round-defining. No, they played the Monty and it gets them almost no value so far. Why would Dplus spend it, right? It's one of those. There hasn't been a problem yet if you're Dplus. They get a free ban. They choose Blackbeard, gone with the grenades, gone with the rushes, the aggression. I think it's a great option for them because, to be honest, what else do you ban? That's the position that they're in. Nothing has been a problem yet.
Yeah, the thing is, this round, instead of FEARX bringing any mirror counters, they've just brought a very smoke and execute heavy lineup with the Blitz, the Glaz, and the Ying. And something we didn't note last round, but an important distinction here about these mirror setups is actually a Rooney gates in front of the mirror windows to soak up extra utility. Yes. So that's why he used all 4 of his Kali Lancers. 2 were just to clear the Rooney gates, and then 2 actually on the mirrors themselves. Now, only one of the gates is actually protected by an Rooney. The other 2 are on the door and the window. So really trying to create washrooms to be this fortress for the defense.
It's very smart. Here comes the smokes. Dplus pre-firing back at full force.
Oh, wow.
C4 is good, takes down Good Boy. Again, FEARX can't really get inside the building. They're all locked out. I mean, Woogerman and Cigar. Wait, Woogerman
How did he get
piano. He
Frost mats, dude. Literally a teammate was watching that position as the Frost mat came through. Needs to be a desperate pick here for Woogie, but he's taken down. And it is simply not good enough for FEARX. This plan was way underbaked. Just tossing smokes and expecting that to pan out. You're set up against mirror windows, Rooney gates. The desperation of the Blitz as well was not good enough. 2v4 as they bait for picks. I hope to find one. Levy's not going to give it up. As Rin is now poking on the site.
It cannot be understated just how impressive this is from Dplus, making FEARX struggle strategically. Very few teams can do that, especially here domestically, of course. Yes, import roster, but still, it's a new team. And Dplus have looked better and better as the games have been going on. Marin, coded 2v4. Dplus are swinging back against him. There's a possibility for a clutch here, but they gotta go big right now.
Don't see it working. That's it. That's a good shot there from Coded. Direct trade is not going to benefit the team with fewer numbers. Rin 1v3. Candela in hand. Out it goes. I don't think that's going to blind anyone. There's 2 players still peeking him from Piano and Backstore. A 4th round on the board for Dplus. They have not only completed their rotation, but they've doubled down on bar. 2 rounds left in the half, and FEARX look no closer to getting in on Cafe.
So obviously, on the attacking side, you're gonna have a core strat that you want to approach for this particular bomb side of top floor. Normally, it's you want to clear piano. What you need to have as a good team is a lot of different variations of how you get piano control. The first time, they tried the Kali, they got juggled by their winning gates. Okay, that didn't work. Second time, they try and just like smoke, rappel in, they get into Pixel, but now the crossfires from top white stairs, and bathroom are all established by Dplus, so they can't push forward. They rappel into a frost trap, the round is over. There is a world where FEARX could pick that apart from a neutral perspective, and it would take some grenades. You take a grenade on the white hallway window rappel, and you toss that nade into bathroom. That's gonna force the Rooney to run away, and she can't Rooney gate trick the mirror window itself. Then you gotta clear the gate, you gotta, of course, shatter or destroy the mirror window, and that's step 1 done. Now you have access in towards piano. FEARX are not necessarily picking the right strategical approach to get the right counterplay for Dplus' setups, and that's why these rounds are looking so over from the very beginning, because they simply do not have the right tools to deal with the problems in front of them. The benefit, I guess, is that top floor bomb site, we're not going to see it again. FEARX, though, they need to get 2 rounds right now, right? Back to back, get the 2-4 to have something to work with, and with how much they're struggling, I just don't know if that's possible right now, James. And this is a huge surprise to me because I had FEARX taking this very comfortably when I saw it was going to be Cafe.
Yeah. And what's more, we've got a lot of traps again picked up by the defense here. Lesion, there's been a lot of Malusi picked so far.
Yeah.
It's making it difficult for FEARX to go for broke in those late rounds. And look at this, still aggression here from Midi. Checking, okay, anyone repelling outside? No. Well, I can always go for a run if I do see someone. Let me check this angle now. No one on these windows, okay. Plenty of time to get that drone back inside.
Yeah, 10 seconds is crazy. It's a good bit of information, though.
You might have a
Again, Dplus don't have to act much upon it. Rain actually finds an opening somewhere, dropping down the red hatch, I believe, behind Wookie, who almost dies himself. This is the best FEARX have looked so far. Toxic Babes in response, 2 used.
Good cutoff, though, from Mephi. And so 2 picks for FEARX. Surely this baits out aggression from Dplus. This should be an unlosable round now. This is not a bomb site that is a fortress. This isn't like you've got mirrors to play behind. You've got power positions you can play for plant denial in late round. No. If FEARX play this well, there's no way that they lose it. The only way back into the round for Dplus is aggression. You look at the operators. These are all gunning operators that they've brought to the table. And there's a Monty. Really what we should see here from FEARX is just lock down the positions, open up the vert, don't contest the vert, send Woogie Man on into the site. Figure out where you're going to force down a plant or isolate kills. Make that decision and work it together.
Outside, Wiggman goes to approach the bomb site door instead from a different angle. Vert here from the Bach and the Ram making quick work of the Vert rather. And this is the right approach. FEARX are slowing down, stalling, waiting, and just making sure they can get in securely. That's another kill going for Ren on the Vert. C4 done from Tuberau. Mitzi, C4 in pocket, 30 seconds. If you find the Monty somehow, that can be a way back into the round, but he's planned ready. Waiting for the final call.
Oh, what are you doing?
Is he a player downstairs again?
It's
I mean,
plant
they should
time.
just be free.
Yeah, it's plant time now for FEARX. Levy finds one. Coded stuck in a goo mine as well. He needs to hold this angle. Suppressive fire keeps Levy at bay. 2 players looking for him. Rin puts him down. Big opening kill for Rin and the closer as well. FEARX are finally on the board. Not a moment too soon.
No, right on schedule. They need this round, and they get it. And it looked very good for them, but that's also Dplus losing 2 players early on. We didn't see the first one on camera, but it was Rin dropping down the red hatch, either denying a flanker or a Gansigar, most likely, something like that. And seeing a player in the smoke falling back in the white hallway, getting shot from outside the building on window rappel as well. So really 3 picks from Dplus, all working, of course, around the Monty, shoving those defenders around, forcing the movement. That was probably the least utility round from Dplus, and they're gonna go to mining bomb sites. Not the exact same one, but still on the primary floor. They're not gonna go downstairs in kitchen, and I really like this. That kitchen bomb site is usually always about execution in the 4v4, the 5v5, which you know FEARX are good at. Instead, they're playing these more dynamic bomb sites where they can go for a pick, they can go for a C4 play, they can try and disrupt FEARX's execute operators before they get to the bomb site. And it's been working really well for them so far, besides that last round.
Yeah, the thing is, as soon as there's an opening pick for FEARX, by the way, they're actually not that good at. Last time they played, let me spin this one up. I'm having a look. It was Levy who found 5 opening kills. Midi and Bullet also found 1. So that's 7 opening kills out of the 10 rounds were won by Dplus, despite it being a 7-3 in favor of FEARX. And it's been a similar story this game as well. It's a 3-2 split between the 2 teams. Dplus dominating those entries. But if FEARX does get the opening kill, and Dplus are playing a loose lineup like we've got here, you know, Mozzie, Sentry, Legion, Oryx, these are your loose, fast operators that you're going to expect roaming. then they're not going to have a way back into it. Like last round, they're going to be in a numbers deficit. They're not going to have mirrors to hide behind. They're not going to have Valkyrie cameras to play off of.
That's the cost that you gotta consider. Of course, the looseness also gives you more roaming presence, more time deny early in the round for denying the roamers an access point in the building. I like this from FEARX though. They have 2 drone operators, the Flores and the Brava, denying utility in various ways. There it is. Conversion is good. Combine that with the Monty, by the way, and this is gonna be another one of those clean sweep potential rounds. And even more importantly, it ARCs. The single biggest Monty counter, if Wookieman were to go too aggressive in the building somewhere, ARCs will always win that 1v1. Now you're relying on 2 C4s in the pocket of Bullet and Falls to try and get back into an even numbers advantage or situation. But FEARX, again, droning, playing passive. Even Monty's been droning this entire time. They're not risking anything.
It's a smart way to play it for FEARX. Don't risk anything, but also make gradual progress. Don't leave it too late, because that's the only other way that Dplus win this one. There's 2 Nitro cells, 2 impacts. It's a lot of plant denial and a lot of Wookieman denial as well on that Monty. He gets active on this roam clear. He's on the diffuser as he comes down the white stairs. And hello, Bullet. Let's keep in mind, Bullet went 15-5 in the last map that he played against Scars earlier today. And Levy has found Good Boy, who's had a really quiet game. That's the _1 statistical player in APL North at the moment. We're down into a 4v4. The FEARX still have a long way to go.
Wookieman very isolated inside of reading. Again, he can get crossfired here. I mean, they just swing the door. He's 2v1. The help shows up though. Coded at the snow door, gets 1 kill. Saves Wookieman.
Very much so. Like Coded, not there a moment too soon. Back into a plant position now for Woogie. Needs to be a little bit worried about Nitro cells. Doesn't know where Falls is. Is in train. Might toss out. Ooh, nice and close. A lot of damage done. Someone needs to cut down Falls. Meanwhile, Bullet is trapped in train between the 2 sides and hunted down. It's 2 dominant rounds in a row for FEARX to reply after a flying start from Dplus. They have recomposed.
You can see the Valkyrie ban right now, the effect of it essentially. Dplus don't really know what's happening on the server. If they knew Monty was alone inside of reading like we did, that's a free kill for Dplus. They had a guy in reading hallway behind him and a person in pillar in front of him with a rotate. If they just walk in, 2v1 Wookie on the Monty, boom, defuse it down, 30 seconds, and they both survive in that round. Instead, they don't know if he's alone, so they're peeling back and forth, jiggling areas, checking, okay, is he baiting us, is he not, and Coded rotated over on the snow door, killed the person inside a pillar, then the reading guys forced to fall back towards the bomb side, and then we see FEARX just walk in. They had the breach, had the flash, had the smokes, had the Monty.
Yeah, and what's more with that Valkyrie is it actually gives you the ability to play more aggressive, right? Because let's say you lose the opening pick, that's okay, we're playing 4v5, but one of our dead teammate is constantly on cams. And we've got some aggressive cams, so we can go for C4s, we can go for plays. As soon as the Valkyrie was banned out, we saw the Mozzie picked almost every single round by Dplus as a Valkyrie light, and it just isn't as good, right? Because you have to find the drones, hack them, and then position them, compared to just putting them down in prep phase and putting them down in very difficult to spot locations. So yeah, well played to FEARX. That was a good Valk ban. Dplus are actually going to ban the Valk as well as we switch over onto the second half. It's not too dissimilar operator veto from either side. Dplus also getting rid of the castle that we saw. It leaves the Clash open. FEARX getting rid of the Blackbeard and the Capitao. It leaves the Grim open and the Dockerby, which was banned against them.
10 seconds left before
I could see a world here where if FEARX can win some rounds comfortably and get to I don't know, like a 5-4, 4-5 situation, and we see the 3rd operator ban come out, if Dplus don't end up in the Clash, you're gonna hide it as FEARX for the first 3 rounds, and then bring it out when there's no way to counter it in the operator ban phase. Because mind you, they banned the Capitao right now, which is a great ban overall. But if you really wanted to, you can then hide the Clash, they don't ban it, now you ban Nomad or Kali or whatever else that you figure that you're gonna struggle against, and now you can force the Clash of the last remainder of this game. Whether we go to overtime or not, doesn't matter. So I can see FEARX having some cheese up their sleeve if they can get into a comfortable spot round-wise.
Yeah, it's a great point about that Clash. Keep that in the back of your mind. For now, bomb site's reading, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah. Oh, it's mining.
It's
actually,
mining.
Yeah, there we go. So
Mining and dining.
Mining and dining, as we love to say, yeah. So presence on the top floor still. Good Boy is going to be an instrumental one, though. He's got that DMR, so good in long-range engagements. He's playing at Cocktail, best spot for him. He's got Mephi to support him as well from the white hallway. Here's the smoke. Oh, beautiful. Oh. Pushing deep for that kill. Here comes the Aruni, though. The flashbang goes off, and the Aruni will survive, but the rest of the team around him falling apart. Falls, though, will find 2 big kills. Still got flashes to work with. As him and Mitty together try and isolate Good Boy, who's found another one. Good Boy! Oh, he's the goodest boy today. He has slowed down at the start of this game, but he gets big WTF from him in chat. He can't believe it, but he owns the Cocktail.
So good in the timings. I mean, the fact that he swings out and takes down the first person on the rappel to get numbers advantage early on helps so much when you're getting rushed up top floor. It bought him up timing where, yeah, he got flashbanged, but still, he could sit back, reload, take the second fight. The support there from FEARX all showing up in counter response, and this is the thing, FEARX, they know that push. They pretty much went for the exact similar one themselves, and it also didn't work out for them. I respect Dplus though. You tried in the first round, trying to control the pace, continue the momentum. Nope, shut right back down. Only 1 round now separating these 2 teams. 3-4, still favoring Dplus, but they are on the more difficult side of the attack. And FEARX, as I said, they love their layers. Where they played positionally in that round, everyone can kind of help each other. So for Dplus, either you gotta work it from the edge of the map and just sweep back towards the bomb side, or try and take down the defender in the middle of the map. That's the supportive cast, going backwards or forward, helping whoever needs it the most.
Well, it's only 1 round trailing now. Pengu, look at the scoreboard. FEARX are a different beast after switching over to their defense. You know what? The turning point was actually after they lost the round following their tactical timeout. They called attack at 0-3 down, lose the round. They're sitting there like, holy crap. We've just used our last operator ban. We've just used our tactical timeout. What the hell do we do? And they slow things down, and they come back. 2 attack rounds now, 1 defense round. Another defense round coming their way if they can keep up this confidence. But Dplus, they don't want to tie the score. And so they continue fighting. Repels for a piano take. Rin is the one playing aggressively with the Azami inside piano. Not a strat that we saw Dplus leverage themselves. Oh, good spray though. Yeah, Rin gets deleted! And Good Boy's taken out as well. It's a 2-player advantage for Dplus early on in the rounds.
Ridiculous shots right now from Levi. I mean, that can be a round defining. This might just be the round-winning moment. 5v3, FEARX stuck in these really aggressive positions now, trying to, get some kills back, jump out a window, high risk, high reward. That's the gameplay that they need. Because Dplus, they have so much time to work. There's so many drones still alive. 5 left. Dplus gonna make it nice and slow right now. Hold their angles, drone all the positions. They saw Boogeyman in piano earlier. He's since fallen back and now taken down.
Yeah, and there's no mirror. There's no clash. There are no safe havens to play. It's a loose defense. And that doesn't work when you're being picked apart 1 by 1. A third for Levy. Mephi 1v5. Dplus flawless. And they get themselves back into it. Their first attack round on the board as they further their lead, 5-3.
It's just ridiculous from Levy. I mean, both of those shots are just, they're out of this world. The one tap on Pixel, the pre-fire in the corner. I like what Rin was doing, trying to just get that pick and play for early opening. But it's so hard to play inside piano with the Siege X launch. You can now shift from west rappel to south rappel in those stage windows in an instant. Before you gotta go up on the roof, run over, start rappelling again. Now, you just shift straight past the corner and you can peek everywhere inside the move piano. So it's hard to play top floor. It's hard to play downstairs, and this is also why the cancel ban from Dplus is so instrumental. With the castle open, it's gonna create more safety for the defenders. FEARX, of course, are playing the Asami, but at least you can shoot them with your guns. They're limited in exactly how many areas they can cover. They regenerate throughout the round. You don't start with all 5 in pocket.
And so if Rin dies early, then you don't get any of them.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to toss one down, it got destroyed, then he died, that was it. Asami gets almost no value. See, what I was hoping for FEARX, I spoke about earlier, now they're playing the Clash because it's 3-5. Had they won the previous round and it's 4-4, I just think you don't bring out the Clash at all here, because you can afford to save it. But because it's like, if we lose any of the upcoming rounds, then it's match point, there's no point in saving strats anymore, it's too risky. So Clash is being brought out, so is the Echo. This is a plant deny heavy strat. They need Dplus to have a slow roam clear or a messy execute to, you know, meet their win condition.
Yeah, and the player that I'm keeping my eye on this round is going to be Rin. He's a player that we've highlighted as really struggling so far for FEARX. He's been the misnomer. He's been the one where we say, well, this guy's not looking too hot. And he's playing in such a pivotal position in VIP. The push is actually already coming on through. What? Okay, so they're seemingly looking to push. The Rayora gate comes through. Still no execute. Rin has actually rotated all the way into Bakery because he has noticed that Dplus isn't pushing his side in VIP at all. Big Nitro cell from Mephi. Big spray. Rin has to hold on. But he does fall to Mini, who's gone deep with 2 kills on the Striker. He does strike first for Dplus and strikes fear in the hearts of the Foxes. Wookie Man and Good Boy now try and hold the fort. Woogie's had a devastating game thus far. Only 1 kill to 6 deaths. He needs to get active, and it's all him alone now. We need to see another classic Woogie Man clutch. Otherwise, Dplus will take map point. He falls back, bearing 9 in hand. It's not the gun you want in these long-range engagements. He's going up against these ACOGs. He's going up against Midi, who's on the floor. This is so winnable. If you can isolate this fight with Bullet just around the corner from him. He's got impacts to work with as well as the smoke gets popped. And Midi gets revived by Nears. The Glaz making his way towards the bomb site. Him and Midi together. No smokes left. But they've got the advantageous positions. And Bullet's got the cutoff as well. Wookie Man, where are your yokai drones? You might need to get active on them right now.
Don't think there's any cams. All players watching the perspective of Wookie himself, so he's flying blind, he's all alone. No support, there's the drone, the fire, he's stuck in this corner.
Oh wow, he tries to retreat, and they cut him down on the escape. There is no escape from Dplus. It's a 6-4 lead for the Brazilians on FEARX's map, and things are looking dire.
Dplus showing us that they got 2 tempos right now. They were trying to do this very slow style take, the smoke grenade, Aura gate, breach the single one to Bakery, and then just, you know, pick it apart step by step. They recognized this doesn't work. Mephi's in the corner, Mujam on the wall, we gotta go for our backup plan. Now we gotta turn up aggression. Ace was the first person in the building down to C4 on the window vault in. That's your only heart breacher. But this round comes down to gunfights. They run in, Mitty kills 1, knives the 2nd, picks up the 3rd. That opens the round wide open for Dplus's attack. They get Baker control, they get Wedding control, they have Red Hallway control. Woogie Man stock, back of bomb site, arguably the wrong gun for the job of the Barry 9, long range engagements. It just comes down to teamwork. Dplus have had really good timing saying 3, 2, 1, let's go. And FEARX having the Clash arguably in the wrong position, playing by the bomb side, couldn't really help the rush very easily. It's tough. Dplus spending Maestro, by the way.
Yeah.
I guess they're assuming the Brava ban, then Maestro gets picked, similar to the Clash cheese, so it's a different angle.
Yeah, I don't mind that. And Woogie is a very good Maestro. He was on the Echo instead.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, no, it's a good pick there from Dplus. And look, there's no particular operator brought by FEARX here that has been a problem even in that Clash. I don't know how Rin gets knifed on that Clash, but I also would wonder why the hell Rin is playing Clash. Does not strike me as the kind of player that you want to put on a shield. I don't think he'd be taking too many risks. You need the players on shields to be really confident that they're not going to die. Because, yes, you can get a kill, but you just need to make sure that these players stay alive. Rin last round, I don't know how he died. I don't know how Midi runs through prep and gets 2 kills.
That's kind of the problem, because like Rain is the kind of player that needs freedom. You can't put him in an anchor position or neutral position because he might just swing and die. They had Echo in that Clash, and Wookie Man has to play one of them, right? So it comes down to Rain not being the most flexible player in the lineup, maybe, or other players having an important job that they had to do. Mephi was anchor position, Koda was anchor position, things that Rain don't typically seem to do.
Yeah.
And Dplus again. the right approach to things. I'm very surprised we've not seen the mirror being brought out from FEARX at all. I genuinely thought they're going to be spamming like mirror almost every round, and I saw it was left open.
Yeah, dude, we're seeing the Thorn, and we haven't seen a mirror pick. What the hell is going on there?
We're seeing the Thorn before mirror.
Woogieman is going 1-7. He's got his Valkyrie and his Maestro band. He's not playing mirror, and he's picking Thorn, and he's still got some traps left as well. What is the plan here? Like, what the hell are you expecting to achieve with Thorn?
Surprise factor. Dplus might just be like, wait, what's this operator? I've never seen this before, because it's never played in First Node Siege. Like, it's extremely low value. The Razor Blooms just blow up extremely slowly. You can just like slow walk away from them effectively. And I mean, it's a window repel map. It's not like they're gonna have much effect in these opening engagements right now. The stall out though from FEARX, toxic babes being tossed all over the place. Just buying some valuable seconds. Goyo Fire popped as well, but Coded dies in the run out.
Yeah, this is not a good look here for FEARX. I think this might be near the end of the round and the end of the map. Mephi has to hold his position in Cocktail. He loses his fight.
Wow.
Levy's been so good, but Woogie trades him. Second kill for him in the map. Good boy has no idea where he wants to place this C4. As Bullet is just waiting for the Nitro cells to come through with the IQ pick. Oh, wow, there's info on site as well for Bullet. Eventually it gets taken down from Good Boy. Still got that Nitro cell. Good control from Dplus. Oh my god, Good Boy. The C4 is going to find nothing, but at least he found falls. Dplus are still in the driver's seat, but time is ticking away. Oh, position from Woogie.
The player is hiding. Yep, there it is. He's got the perfect flank right now with a rotate as well.
Why is he
25
leaving?
seconds.
Why is he leaving?
Elsewhere. He has a free kill.
Woogie's been in the
playing it
perfect
safe.
position, but no, this is just... I think he's playing it wrong here. Bullet does not have the read. Bullet's looking the wrong way. Every player is going to have to file on in. Good Boy, meanwhile, going upstairs on the top floor. That leaves the only player on site getting taken down. Woogie's found his one, but he needs more than that. The player's still not secured. And Good Boy does not find his shot. Out comes the shotgun. It's shotgun in close range, and he wins it. Mears trapped on the site. Woogieman clutches the round. Again for FEARX. Just barely keeping their heads above the water. A huge sigh of relief for Coded. And that better be the first of many heroic moments from Woogieman if FEARX are going to make Cafe competitive.
Very, very good play there from FEARX, and the timings are beautiful. Woogieman flanked back into pillar by the bomb site door, so he's backstepping. Good Boy sprints up the wide staircase and challenges the vertical, and the third defender was just fighting on the bomb site. What they're doing is they're attacking from 3 different positions, and in the 3v3, when one guy is planting, they can only cover 2 of them. If one of those 3 people, they are successful from FEARX, they will create a massive gap, and there'll be no cover for the guy getting out that diffuser. And if the guy planting dies, well, there's no time left on the clock, you win the round. Yes, the bomb was technically planted, but the last guy alive was stuck in the middle of the bomb site between those 2 last remaining defenders. You're not gonna win that. Simple as. FEARX, good teamwork, good coordination. Now they're going downstairs again on kitchen, and I just don't know about this bomb site. I don't know about the lineup. I don't know about how they envision to win strategically. This side is one of those, it just always have been favoring the attackers, so do the roam clear often, do the vert, hit the side. Or what we saw from Dplus last round, a direct attack. And all you gotta deal with is the single operator of the clash, and there's no real other counterplay from FEARX. This is very risky. You're down 4-6, it's been a sloppy cafe. I think risky is good, but they gotta show us on Rin Clash with a little bit more value this time around.
Yeah, the only operator that's different here for FEARX is that we've got the Warden instead of the Goyo, which I think is the right pick. Goyo is so good on this side. But honestly, like, if you're playing Goyo, firstly, get Ren on it. Like, there's no way he's not going to beam people with the Vector not 1.5, the ACOG scope. Get him off the Clash. But regardless, like, the Warden's going to be a good substitute because you're dealing with that Glaz. Now, they wouldn't have known that, obviously. But Glaz is set up, and assuming that Ren and Coded in the right position, like, there is no way FEARX should be losing to a Glaz when you've got Clash and Warden.
So mind you, Mephi got a 2K last time around. Jukes the nade very beautifully. Jump in the desk. That's 2 nades gone from Levy. They have 2 more in Mitty. But this might just be an unclearable corner. I mean, if someone's gonna go out, he can just shoot it on in. Yokai gets, I think, destroyed by the C4, if anything.
Yeah, it did. And now Rin's in position, but look at the way Rin is just playing so aggressively.
They can have scored him out.
Yeah, they could. Rin, you do have to stop moving for a second, though. No, he's actually going to fall back.
Ooh.
Oh, this has been quite a hold here for Mephi. Oh! Nears just jumped straight on inside through the smoke. Mephi reads it to perfection. Dplus for the first time looking a little bit lost on their attacking side.
Yep. I mean, how can you clear Mephi right now? You gotta take backside, but there's Rim with the shield right now, just holding down the back. Killed Coded, but he's playing Warden in a safe position. It's just a triple crossfire, with Rin being the one moving around in the right locations. And get on the shield, man!
Dude,
oh, Wookie died.
I don't know how the Echo is the one dying as well, but this is how you throw around that you should never lose, by the way. If you have your Clash getting off his shield, Rin's back on it, thankfully, and you have your Echo dying before he can use his Yokai drones. And Levy is fishing, and he's got a deep angle here onto site. Rin gets back towards the site. He's worried about a potential push from Small Bake or from Bakery, but this is smart. Mephi's going to reinforce up the site. This is where you just bunker on down. Falls has got a great angle, though. Good trade from Mephi. He's come back to site, and he's still valuable to his team. 3v3, though, still so winnable for Dplus. Rin's got to lock in his position as the shield falls on back. This is good usage of the smoke from Good Boy. Good swing as well. 1v2 now for Bullet. He knows where both of these players is, but one of them is that Clash. And Rin, he's standing behind his shield. He doesn't need to peek. All he needs to do is stare down his opponent, wait for that shield to recharge, and activate the gadget again. Mephi is so low on HP. Bullet just needs to land a single shot, and he's down. He's on the ground. It's Rin to clutch up against Bullet. There's no way Bullet can win it. And Rin clutches for FEARX. But far out, that was way too close for the Foxes. They still remain in Cafe. One more round to push OT.
Rin needed that one, right? Rin's been a bit all over the place. We've been criticizing that as well. He gets a huge 1v1 victory. A Good Boy set him up for the play. FEARX, disciplined, crossfire, played it again. The best they possibly could. Dplus were locked so out of that round until FEARX said, you know what? The time is low enough. Let's fall back. FEARX, they go back to side. They reinforce the wall. Dplus instantly take back the ground. Look at the health bars, both about half health. Oh, so close.
Wow. Yeah. I would have been a miraculous clutch there from Bullet. I mean, he has been phenomenal. Like I said earlier today, 15-5 on map 3 of the first series. He has actually struggled a little bit today. He's, what is he now? 6-6. So, I mean, not an outstanding performance on Cafe, but he's certainly had his good moments today. He'll be feeling confident, happy to take those clutch scenarios. I mean, a lot of clutches as well in that previous map. I think, what did Rob say? 15 clutches over the series or something like that? Insane.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Over 3 maps. Or clutches or 3Ks and above. You know, rounds where a single player takes it upon themselves to single-handedly win the round. Well, Dplus just in one of those right now, and that's the map in the books. Dplus on the verge of stealing FEARX's map pick, contrary to what all of us thought.
It's been surprising. Now we see the Kai coming out. I've been kind of waiting for that as well. The Kai 2-brow, the Mira, whatever kind of util game they can bring. FEARX have been slowing down the game as much as possible, whether it's crossfire, utility, or just falling back slowly and surely after they kill drones. And Dplus are forced into 20-second executes up against Toxic Babe, School Your Fire, etc. So if anything, Dplus, they gotta find an earlier timing in this round. And not just have 20 seconds left, maybe have 40, 50 seconds left in the round. Of course, it's easier said than done. Attacking on Cafe is very difficult. And they're going fishing. Holding down those rotations, hoping that somebody from FEARX will walk over, buy that pillar rotate into Reading Library. While the rest of the team is going to be attacking top floor from the red hatches and trying to take piano control.
Alright, in goes the nade. Oh, here's the shotty. No, Vendetta. Wow, this is one way to clear. This is a very, very passive defense here from FEARX. Almost never do you see a full 4 for the top floor. Oh, how low and goodbye, Coded. Big shotty to the face from Levy. Good operator for the position. Okay.
Team kill.
Niz, how on earth have you just team killed Bullet? How did that happen?
In piano.
Peeking through the vert must have been. That's unfortunate. It's top fragger down from Dplus, and of course with Levy getting traded in his advanced position on the white stairs, it means that all Dplus have left is these 3 players on the top floor. And suddenly the round is very much flipped on its head. FEARX should be extremely safe on the bomb side.
They finally got the Kai Claw though, the hatch will get opened up, but now they're playing just around the bomb site, right? They're playing the mining hallway, they're playing pillar, they're playing bottom red stairs. They got 3 C4s, 3 toxic babes. Again, they're forcing Dplus into a 20-second last-ditch effort execute against the, backs against the wall.
Oh, here we go. It's a deep drop now. Oh, Woogie Man! Oh! He gets it! Another one round the corner onto him. It's a trade on out. Falls 1v3. To push OT, FEARX had to dig deep, and they have done so. Now in the 3v1, Falls is cornered and cut apart. 3 rounds straight for FEARX. Coded's fired up, and the Koreans have clawed their way back into Cafe.
Small things, small mistakes from Dplus that have massive consequences. The Deimos flying downstairs gets the opening pick. It's looking good. He caught FEARX by surprise, but then he overswings into reading. He dies. At the same moment, a team kill occurs. That big lead, all that time they had just gotten that map control, gone in the blink of an eye. FEARX, all they need is one small mistake from Dplus that they can, abuse against them. And they've found them so far. Whether it's goodbye swinging on good timing, a good C4 being tossed on out, a 2v1 swing, FEARX, they have these mini plays happening so consistently going their way. And I go back to the exact same bomb site of mining and dining, but a very different lineup. Yes, there's a Goyo, yes, there is some Stall deny, but I think this is them saying, hey, Dplus are going to be switching up their game style because we've been playing slow. They're going to try and now counter us, so let's not do the same thing. Let's go back to a more dynamic setup, maybe play top floor a bit more, roam around, maybe take some early engagements, because Dplus won't be ready for it.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Yeah, well, it has been a defender-sided Cafe.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Nick, we've seen 4-2 splits on both sides. If anything here, Dplus are the ones now in hot water. After fumbling 3 map points on Cafe, where they previously got 7-3 spanked by FEARX, it's start getting to them now. There's no doubt about it. Back into another attack after 3 failures. What do they concoct this time? Well, it's the Blitz. What is the plan for Falls?
So important to note, he was playing the Maverick before, and then Attacker repicked onto Blitz. So they saw the more dynamic setup and said, hey, 2 things can happen. Either side is weak for a rush, Blitz can go on in, or the roam is weak, Blitz can entry top floor. But there's kind of a crossfire in the Banshee. This is very risky. There's 2 people here.
The Banshees
behind him.
slow him on down, and Levy has fallen as well. Rin's found a double elsewhere. Nia's on the side, falls. The Blitz struggling to find traction. Essentially trapped here. It's a 1v1 between Woogie and the Blitz as the pistol gets reloaded. And look at these players from FEARX. They don't rush it. They just consolidate their advantages. Bullet now 1v4. It's going to be a 5th round or 4th round in a row here for FEARX. A question mark in the old chat from Coded, who went from pulling his hair out from stress to now strolling up and claiming another round for FEARX. The rush was not to be. The Blitz was absolutely bashful. And FEARX now have a map point of their own.
I think question mark is the best response to what we just witnessed, because I don't know what Dplus are trying to achieve in that round. A Blitz solo to be in 5 Blitz window, nobody behind him. A person on the dining bumps at rappel going in, nobody behind them. And it's both extremely disadvantageous positions, right? You got the Banshees on the bomb site, literally droned out by the Blitz. That's not gonna work for you. You get 2 people at a crossfire, 1 in the mining hallway, or red hall as we can call it, and 1 guy by side that was Woogie Man. Like, you're jumping in 2v1. I think Blitz maybe was playing a distraction game and hopefully... Come on! Don't leave Woogie Man hanging.
Bro left out to dry.
He looks so disappointed. He's like, oh, no one's gonna... Okay, I guess I'll just lower my hand.
I love that he actually looked up.
And he just played so well.
Yeah, he did. Oh man. Well. How the tide turns for Dplus. This Cafe, like, think about it like this, Pengu, right? 4 rounds straight on the defense, kick off Cafe, and then 2 attack wins and 1 defense for FEARX. So that's a drive of 3 rounds Dplus are losing. Then they win their 2 rounds, they find match point, and then they lose 1 match point. They lose another one, they lose another one, and then it goes overtime, and they lose another round. How bloody frustrating would that be? Now they're getting a little bit desperate. They're looking to try and gain info for spawn peaks and red pings with the echo at the start of the round by going up through the hatch, and they're actually going to lose their yokai drone. More question marks in the chat from Coded, and I tell you what, those ones are warranted.
Why are you red there? Okay, I understand jumping up the drone and then maybe red pinging 1 time if you want to see the lineup, but jumping up like 7 times, spamming red pings, it's not going to be the damn default cam.
No,
and it's probably not going to be a monster drone because no one's gotten that drone hack. They know it's a yokai.
Yeah.
And now it dies for free.
You're not playing like a Deimos where you get an advantage by having revealed the operator opponent lineup. Like,
yeah, they're defending, right?
yeah, dude. Like, what did you see? You saw an IQ and a lion. Big whoop.
Yeah. And even then, like, you don't need to red ping to see what operators they're playing.
No.
There's literally no benefit. So I don't know. Either way, Woogieman downstairs aggression. Coded actually on Monty now. Woogieman said, oh, you know what? Hold my shield. I gotta get some kills now. 6 and 9. Wants to look for the vert. So they can apply pressure downstairs with Wookie, upstairs with the Monty. And again, they can keep making Dplus run around left to right and just push them around the area. Ash Charge finally comes into play, shatters the first mirror window. Already here, FEARX have gotten more progress in the round than the previous 2 times they faced the setup.
Yeah, I mean, it is a good setup here with the mirror and the Aruni gates, but it's not impossible to deal with. And FEARX, the fact that they struggled twice surprised me. The fact that they looked so clueless and could not figure out the way to deal with it surprised me. Now, Woogieman down below, he's budget buck right now on the Deimos, shotgun in hand. If you get some info and perhaps some lateral pressure, he might be able to find falls.
Rin has to cross. So Rin's holding the cross here on the double door from Cigar. Ideally, just make the guy move and sprint across and Rin gets the kill, but it's tough.
Well, Coded's getting so much info here, and that second mirror window has now been smacked. Woogieman does find the kill on Levy. I think that was the mirror actually getting aggressive down the white stairs. Perhaps another player goes down below to really force the issue with the Deimos, and Midi does get it. However, that's a player off site, and it's not going to be easy to get back to site. In fact, Matthew will cut him down before he can do so. It's a dangerous dance now for Coded as he brings out the pistol, finds the kill! Oh, falls! You're the last one left now against 4 from FEARX. You had 3 bloody map points, and now all you've got is a chance to clutch up big. Good boy is farming, but Coded takes the fight with the pistol. It's a big map win for FEARX. After being down 6-3, they come back step by step to claw a cafe win out of Dplus's hands.
I'm just saying right now, if you want to beat these guys, if you want to take down FEARX, do not take them to overtime because they get absolutely heated up. That was a whole different level of individualism, teamwork, problem solving. I mean, they went from not knowing how to attack Cafe to almost flawlessly picking apart that exact same setup, despite the fact that it was Coded's first time on the Monty and Woogieman's first time off the shield.
Dplus came in hot after their win over Scars, but FEARX burned brighter and are 1 map up in the grand final.
Get busy with it, Michael. That's the kind of comeback you want from what we expect to be the #1 team in the region. We were very worried for BNK FEARX. There's no 2 ways about it. We were sitting here kind of like, uh-oh, this is going to be a quick one, and then we're going to go to Lair, and that's going to be a quick one too. But they fight back, they show their grit, and Dplus cannot get it done.
Yeah, I mean, Dplus got off to such a phenomenal start. They won the first 4 rounds. They had 4-3, 2-3 players remaining in those respective rounds. So it was actually a rather lopsided start. But FEARX were able to lock in. Dark was able to settle the team after the attack, and they were just able to roll that momentum forward. And despite, you know, having to push it to OT in the end, as Nick is kind of alluding to, they found another gear, which is so important in best of 3 playoff matches, grand finals, specifically at that. So they'll be very, I think, pleased with that performance. And if there's one player as well to highlight, it's one that we talked extensively about on the desk, and that was Rin. What version of Rin do we get today? And I think I framed it pretty well. We can get a Rin that can top frag. That's exactly what we got, and it really helped the team get across the line.
Well, the other person we highlighted and spoke about on the desk was Wookie, and he actually ended up bottom fragging and having the worst EPS for FEARX. Yet they got the job done anyway, which is a good testament for the team. And yeah, as you said, Rob, we were kind of sitting here, especially at 6-3, thinking this one's probably done. Fascinating in terms of the way that both teams sort of played, especially on their attack side. Whereas for FEARX, they brought a shield up every single round.
Yep.
All 6 rounds.
That's
Dplus
crazy.
didn't bring it once in their second half, and then brought it in OT for the first time, ultimately losing. And the other thing that was quite intriguing in terms of looking at some of the numbers, not a single round had one player alive. So everything was 2 or more. So a lot of the rounds, for the most part, we're looking at 3 or 4 players left up. Even a flawless back in the 8th round when Dplus were really, fit and firing.
Yep.
And also in terms of plants, only one single plant for the entire game.
That's
so a
surprising
lot
on
of it
Cafe.
came down to who could start the rounds better,
Yep.
who could get the opening kill advantage. And then for the most part, that team went on and won pretty comfortably.
Yep, yeah. Only 4 rounds out of 14 were not converted from the opening pick. Another just, I guess, crazy stat to continue on from what we were talking about in the last series. I posed the question to Nick, Guz, and the question was, can they rely on individual performances? And unfortunately, the question is kind of this today, for whatever reason, individuals are shining like I have not seen in playoff series.
Yeah.
7 multi-kills. And by the way we frame multi-kills is 3x, 4x, or 5x. So you have to get more than 2 kills for it to be considered a multi-kill. That is half of the rounds, again, have come to this conclusion that we pretty much have replicated from the last series. I just don't get it.
Yeah, there were so many highlight moments in this particular series. And I mean, that links very nicely into sort of the kickstart of the comeback here for FEARX. Rounds 5 and 6, you had the Rin 3K and you had the coded 3K. So we had these players step up and have their moments. And that was mixed. There were multiple players that got in on the action. It wasn't just one player dominating the server. I think that needs to be made very, very clear.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it is a close result in the end, an OT victory, and the rest of the series remains very, very competitive. This isn't a case of we're expecting this to just be a walkaway victory for FEARX. Dplus will bite back.
It's a very good testament for FEARX in terms of the mental aspect of this grand final as well, because Dplus came out of the gates hot. They looked like the team that just played a best of 3. They looked warmed up, 4-0 start. And anytime you're playing Attack Cafe and not only give up that first set rotation in terms of the 3 sides, but then the 4th one, and you're staring down the barrel of an 0-4, it's very easy to probably feel almost overwhelmed. But they fire back, they get 2 attacking rounds, then they kickstart their defense. Okay, now it's 4-3. But then Dplus once again fired back, goes 6-3 up. And again, you go to that mental aspect, and you think, well, we're 6-3 down. Like, that's a fair margin. We've got no room for error. And then they fire off 5 rounds straight to close out the map, which is a really good testament for a team in a region that I don't think usually has that kind of mental fortitude. They showed it in spades here in the grand final on the first map. Obviously, Lair to now follow. Can they continue a run? Because 5 rounds straight, can they continue that momentum now going into Lair?
Well, sometimes, I mean, not sometimes, very often do we see it where you come back that heavily and it just continues on to the next map. Lair, as you said, this is going to be a very interesting map. Just before we go to break, I'm just going to give some context so that once we're into it, we can just get underway. Dplus have only played it once. They've had it banned against them all other times. That was 2 weeks ago against Scars versus BNK FEARX, who haven't played it in the last 2.5 months. The last time they played it was at Reload. They lost it to CHE. But just before that, they beat one of the best to do it, BDS. Granted, it was a bit of a different roster back then. But the context here is that we really are kind of going into this map with a lot of unknowns. And that doesn't bode too favorably for Dplus Kia, who are on the ropes right now. Will the knockout punch come? Well, we'll have to find out after this.
You know how they say, it's not the destination, it's the journey?
And the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And you know what?
They're right.
as I was saying, we have to look at what's ahead of us now and not worry too much about the past.
Did you see that?
What?
Wait, what is this doing here?
Whoa, what the hell is going on?
Guys, we need to go.
Jess, what are you doing here?
We need to go now.
Jess, Doc is gone, we have to go back.
There's no time. There's really no time.
Can't take this anymore. I'm tired.
He's our head coach. I have to go save him.
You're already dead.
There's no escaping now.
Honey, let me spill the tea on all these haters all love me. Broke up all killing it, winning attitude. 당당하게 올라가, see my altitude. 나랑 맞서 싸우면, baby, you would lose. If I wasn't me, I get it, I would hit me too. I can do it better, I can do it faster. 내리에 스며들게 주문을 걸어봐, yeah. I can go much longer, I am so much stronger. 내리에 스며들게 주문을 걸어봐, yeah. 자신과의 싸움에서 지면 야구르지. 매일매일 일어나서부터 보는 거지. Look in the mirror, say you're a winner. 주문을 걸어봐, yeah. In a bad mood, 바꿔버려 in a hurry. 꿀꿀한 기분 털어버려, I don't worry. Get through the weather, feeling get better. 주문을 걸어봐, yeah. I can do it better, I can do it faster. 내리에 스며들게 주문을 걸어봐, yeah. I can go much longer, I am so much stronger. 내리에 스며들게 주문을 걸어봐, yeah.
Banger after banger till I'm Tina, me not do it better. Banger after banger, tell me who could even do that better. Banger after banger, banger after banger, banger after banger, banger after banger. Tina, me not do it better. Who could even do this better?
I can do it faster. 내리에 스며들게 주문을 걸어봐, yeah. I can go much longer, I am so much stronger. 내리에 스며들게 주문을 걸어봐, yeah.
Banger after banger, banger.
에펙 노스에선 저희 말고는 다 성공할 수 없을 것 같은데요. 일단 저희처럼 많은 경험이 있는 팀을 일단 못 찾은 FEARX의 경험 많은 선수들이 일단 다 모였기 때문에 저희가 제일 잘할 것 같아요.
지금 APL에서 가장 기대되는 것이 어떤 건지 뭐 대회 성적이 포커스 될 수도 있고 APEC 파이널 랜 있을 수도 있고
일단 대회 자체가 바뀌어가지고 좀 그게 가장 기대되고 그 바뀐 대회에서 저희가 성적 낼 게 가장 기대돼요. 굳이 꼽자면 CAG 거기도 좀 그 개개인 그 포텐셜이 좀 그 고점이 높은 것 같아서 좀 터졌을 때 살짝 무서워. 아시아에서 게임하게 되는 그 선수들이 각자 지역에 안 있고 아시아의 좀 약체로 평가되는 아시아 지역에 오게 된 데는 이유가 있는 것 같아요. 팬분들을 실망시켜 드리기 싫긴 한데 디플러스 기아가 저희한테 지는 건 거의 기정사실돼 있기 때문에 단순히 말하면 그냥 한국 했을 때 떠오르는 그런 선수였으면 좋겠고 좀 개인적인 바람은 전 세계에서 그냥 좀 서포팅이나 그런 거 최고가 누구냐 했을 때 뽑혔으면 좋겠어요.
And we're back for the grand final of APL North. It's between FEARX and Dplus. FEARX coming out of the gates pretty hot on Cafe. After Dplus really ran them a ring around the rosy for a little bit. Pengu, that was a bit of a back and forth. Cafe, 3 match points in favor of Dplus. They could not get across the line.
Back and forth until it wasn't. The first half looked like it was Dplus stealing the show, and then FEARX said, wait a minute, we're actually pretty good on Cafe. We just gotta warm up first. Now, Lair is a bit of a funny one because off camera here, off screen, we were talking about it. And I was like, hey, James, I feel like Dplus missed up here because playing Cafe into Lair, and as far as I remember, FEARX are mighty good on this map of Lair, and they also love to play it. One of the first teams in professional play to spam it when it first got released. Was there any verdict on the stats that you're looking for? Like, is it true that FEARX indeed do like playing this map, that they're good on it?
Yeah, well, the numbers do back you up on this. It's actually their second favorite map. So last time they won it was actually against Team BDS. Now that was a little while ago. It was back in May. So yeah, in Rio, of course, last time that they won this map. They did lose it to CAG a couple of days later, but of course that does mean that they haven't played Lair for a long time. But yeah, it's still a pretty big win, obviously. You're a team like BDS and you're doing pretty damn well. Dplus do like this map. They played it 2 weeks ago. They beat Scars on it. And it's their second favorite map too. So to me, I mean, yeah, you are going to a map that you know your opponent is pretty damn good on, but you know you're good on it too. So that's Dplus playing their own game, which, to be honest, is exactly what Falls said that they were going to do in that interview.
Yeah. He didn't say, oh, we're going to change some things around. No, we're going to stick to our game plan. We got it all figured out. It speaks to the confidence, though, of Dplus, because, again, if FEARX are very good in this map, I guess if they had actually continued being dominant on Cafe and we go into Lair, it would have been a different story. But because FEARX makes that comeback happen and win 8-6, now it's like, okay, now it's getting kind of dangerous here. Should we go distance? Of course, Bank is the deciding on third map. Right now we got an aggressive Wookiee man holding on to Ops room behind the keypad, fight with the drone hole, the rappel angle, the door. And he's pretty much on his lonesome.
Yeah, but are you really ever alone if you've got these keeper barriers to protect you? Out goes a flashbang. Oh, a repeat as well. Nears almost dies.
Cheeky.
Woogieman is going to fall on back. This C4 is going to be an absolute nuke onto a low HP player, but doesn't wait quite long enough. Nears is so confident for a player on 1 HP. He is picking a hell of a lot of aggressive angles.
I mean, one-shot headshot, baby. You're technically always 1 HP, no? If you suffer a headshot, you die regardless. Mind you, some pro players actually play with their health bar turned off to then mentally have more confidence to take gunfights. Nearest might not even realize he's 1 HP. I'm not sure if he plays it on or off, though.
No yeah, good question. I mean, the downside of that is running through fire or smoke, obviously. Or
yeah.
Obviously, you're at a disadvantage in those scenarios. Oh, really? You're going to get away? Just barely. After Midi fires up the area. Good control from Dplus. They've really launched their attack here on the bathroom side. Got themselves into the building. They've got ops as well, but what they don't have is any form of breach onto the bomb site itself.
Yeah, and I mean, leaving bathroom into a crossfire is hard. Walk up the rocket staircase into a crossfire, also difficult. So the easy step is done. The difficult one is yet to come. Here it comes. The timing C4 goes out, takes down Levy. What could have been a free kill. He becomes the kill instead. And FEARX, they're holding their crosses. No follow-up from Dplus.
Yeah, and Niers ends up going down eventually, but it was still a headshot anyway, so low HP didn't seem to matter. C4 was a bit of a nuke, by the way. I thought he was going to shoot it for a second, but couldn't quite land the angle. This is way too late, though, to be breaching this wall. This should have been done over a minute ago from Falls, but it'll be in the last 20 seconds. Now Dplus could try and swing on, but have a look at the positions from FEARX. They got crossfires. Coded's got a cheeky angle underneath the key, but Woogie's found his as well. Bullet up against 5, and they are hunting for him. Look at them getting closer and closer. It's a flawless round to kick things off. And you can see Dark behind them. He's fired up as well. This Korean roster. They've looked so good so far in the stage, and they're continuing that form on Lair.
So good. I mean, it's the small things that does that round for me. It's Woogieman using the keeper barriers to either fortify his own position or help somebody else fall back by, you know, denying the angle on the window or the door. The Toxic Babes, same story. Essentially what FEARX did the entire time was when the Grimbees are coming out and you're expecting an execute, they would keep it off one spot, smoke the other, and only really enable Dplus one doorway to peek from. And then the C4 was there, took down Levy. So they're never really fighting and worrying about 3-4 different positions because they're using their utility to limit how many options Dplus they have available to them. And I mean, it's a flawless because of that. They play so well together. Dplus, great on defense. We saw it, of course, also on Cafe. When they can play their mini games, that's when they can excel. Downstairs, they go in basement, and they're playing util. Tashanga being brought into action, combined with the smoke, means again, if Dplus are gonna go into a slow roam clear, they're gonna be running out of time, surely.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, when you got Smoke, Tachanka, and Mira, and even you could count the Aruni. I mean, Aruni takes time to burn, or it costs util to burn. So there's a lot of late round potential here for FEARX. Dplus need to make sure that they put that side pressure on early, bait out that util. Speaking of Aruni, there's the first gate. Fall's going to figure out what the hell's going on in Garage. If there is any extension, there's reinforcements. Oh, actually, this could be early round util used here by Woogieman. The Tachanka's actually great here.
Yeah.
I mean, you're so protected, and you can fire the Shamika over all of this concrete protection here that keeps you safe and delay that pressure.
I mean, it's a great thing when you have 2 time deniers in Smoke and Tachanka, because Tachanka can now stall early to ensure that we get to the late stage later in the round with less time left, and then Smoke gets activated even more. Dplus, Candela was spent, nothing really happened with it. Fall spent all that time droning Garage, and now they're rotating away, recognizing, okay, that ain't gonna work, but the roam is somewhat clear. Self-destruction, C4 again takes down Sledge. Thankfully they have a ram, they have backup verticality, but again, FEARX at an early man advantage.
Yeah, and I tell you what, FEARX are not usually an opening kill team. Dplus are the best team in the league at those opening kills, and for a lot of the maps that we've seen these two teams play against each other, it's been dominated by Dplus in the early rounds. It's conversion where they've struggled. Now they can't even find those opening kills. It's going to cause a call for desperation. Mephi here on the stairs is going to burn his first gas, but he's getting picked, but he wins the fight! Falls can't be affording to lose the Blackbeard like that. The Candela rolls on out, but it's not going to do anything because the gas keeps Bullet at bay. Dplus don't have a lot of options here. Time is dwindling. Their numbers are dwindling, and they don't have a clear way onto the site. They're going to have to just send it.
Here comes the fire behind the mirror window.
Oh, he runs through it.
They got to sprint on in, try and take the fight. He's going to do it. Mephi injured as well on the backside. Things looking better for Dplus. 45 to go.
I mean, this is good confidence here from Levy on the entry. And now they've got rid of that mirror window. But look at the way FEARX are responding. They just fall on back. Mephi's also been revived and can use his gas to keep them at bay. 30 seconds. We need an entry here. We need a kill from Dplus. You can't plant in a 3v5 like this. It's just simply not safe. And Rin's got a gnarly angle with that Vector. There's a trade that comes on through, but Niers good. And will fall. Everyone seemingly falls at the same time. Dplus cannot hold on from the 3v5. And FEARX, 2 dominant rounds in a row.
So many layers to that defense. It's disgusting. They play on the staircase, they fall back, they got the mirror window, they fall back, they got the deployable shield, they got the Tachanka. There are so many different elements in play into 60 seconds. Dplus, I think, fair play to them. They did pretty well considering what they were up against, losing the sledge early, losing the Blackbeard on the staircase. But I also want to rewind the clock to when Blackbeard died. He completely solo swung past the Toxic Babe into the 1v1 gunfight. Now, had Blackbeard won the gunfight and taken down Mayfi on the smoke, all is good in the world, right? But if you do it and you die, the round is statistically over. You're playing 3 versus 5 and maybe will fall back and survive. Where is the crossfire? Where's the 2v1? Where is Dplus having a person on the outside window cutting off Mrs. Fallback? Where is the person behind the Blackbeard that swings with him together to make it a 2 versus 1? When you're playing Lair and you're going for these mini executes, where like regardless of the bomb side, it's very important that you full commit, because there are so many other angles that defenders can use by the bomb side. So you need to make sure you get those kills one way or another and don't let them fall back all the way.
Yeah, what's going on with Dplus, by the way? Like, last map, real domination. Their attacks, I mean, well, okay, here we go. Here's a perspective for you, Pengu, right?
Okay.
So on the first map, we saw 7 attacks from Dplus. On this map, we've seen 2. They've only won 2 out of those 9. 2 out of those 9.
Oh.
That's also,
okay.
If I have a look back, we saw the last 12 rounds of this series, only 2 of them have been won by Dplus. Of the last 12.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's a long time to go without winning.
It's a 7-round win streak for FEARX. That's like winning a 7-0.
Again, I said on Cafe how FEARX they love to play the util game and play the layers and fall back, and I just think, oh my days, he injured his teammate with the breaching charge.
What's going on, man?
Rin just one-tapped the injured body of an injured Grim. Oh my days, this is disgusting.
Dude, another team kill! This is utter capitulation! You'll be lucky if you see a team kill once every BO3, and we've already seen 3 in this series from Dplus. That's not this team struggling, that's this team being absolutely chalked. 4v2 now. The fire comes out, tries to expose Woogie's position. Falls has to get on aggressive. He's in the building, just around the corner, but he doesn't check his angles! 1 kill comes through here for Dplus. Putting Falls in a 1v3 after he puts down Woogie. But none of these remaining FEARX players have even died yet. So how does he play it? Jumps on through towards the site. I mean, I can't tell if that's focus or dejection on his face. He doesn't have much util to speak of. Breaching charges, his team hasn't had a lot of luck with those so far.
Just gotta try and go for it. Kira is being spammed out. C4 on part of Mephi. A crossfire surely established. I mean, Fall's gonna try his best, but unless he makes an absolute hero play.
No.
Yep, nope. On the punch hole on the wall. Good boy is. Of course, yeah, there's a punch hole. Bing, bam, boom.
It goes from a
disaster.
A good showing from FEARX to a bad showing from Dplus. The previous time these guys met in the upper bracket final, Pengu, it was a 2-0, but that was a really close overtime win for FEARX on map 1 and then an utter demolition on map number 2. Is it going to be the same story here? Because Dplus looked like the better team most at Cafe. Even Rin in the all chat is saying, guys, stop team killing. The tactical timeout has come through, and boy, do we need a big reset here for Dplus.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that you're on the attacking side. You can try and mentally reset, but strategically, already here, wait, oh my god. So Nears actually, I believe, ends up getting the Grim killed, only to then get team killed shortly after by the Ace. Like, yeah, it's a complete disaster. You're on the attack, though. You can ban the 3rd operator, they've done that. They banned the bandit, I believe. You can talk about whatever it is that your problems are, but mentally speaking, they need a round victory, like right now. If they go 4-0, if they go 5-0, I'm gonna call mental boom, and there's no coming back from a mental boom. Yes, there's gonna be the defense eventually after 6 rounds on the side swap, but you gotta make sure you get there somewhat intact on the round, having like at least 1, maybe 2 rounds on attack, and of course mentally actually believing you have a chance of making a comeback.
To locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I don't think they believe right now. They need this round to start believing.
Yeah. And you need to stop putting so much bloody pressure on these rounds. I mean, I feel like that's what happened at the start of Cafe for FEARX. They just looked so disjointed. I think they felt the pressure of the situation. And of course, the elephant in the room, they weren't warmed up. Like Dplus played 3 maps before this BO3 today.
Yeah.
This is map number 5 for Dplus today, by the way. One of those went overtime. The other 3 went 12 or 11 rounds.
I mean, fun fact. Right now, Dplus, they combined for a total of 3 kills.
Oh,
They also
really?
have 2 team kills.
That's not a fun fact, dude.
That is 2, and nearest. That's a very fun. Okay, depressing fact.
That is
of the
a
day.
depressing fact,
it's a
my
fun
dude.
Fact if you're a FEARX fan.
They have
That's crazy.
the same
always
number
have
of
as many team kills in 3 rounds.
Exactly. Oh my god.
The situation is dire.
Yeah.
Now, I want to point out here that FEARX banned double shield, despite Dplus not really playing it all that much earlier, and I don't think they're a double shield team as Blackgate, typically speaking, but the way the FEARX kind of, I don't want to say revolutionized Lair, but how they popularized the playstyle in Korea back then was double, triple shield on both Consulate and the Lair. So I think FEARX have opted for a double shield ban because they know it's a very successful way to attack on this map, and I wouldn't be surprised that they themselves would play the double shield on the side swap if it doesn't get banned out by Dplus. So I just think FEARX have a better read on how to play this map right now.
I think they've also got a better read on their opponent. Like, you look at the way Falls, he opens the breach with Thermite, and then he sits there prone waiting for a swing. FEARX actually haven't been playing that hyper-aggressive. They haven't been peeking outside the building. They haven't been taking over-aggressive fights. They've been taking angles like this, and then when they lose or don't get the kill, they stop being so aggressive. They're just tempting aggression. If they get a freebie, they do, but otherwise, the cost is low.
Maybe nice debate. He's 1 HP in the smoke. We've seen this exact attack before from Dplus, and last time a C4 ended the entire push immediately. Quicker pace though. May feel lower health, hard destruction being done. This is looking much stronger, but we haven't seen the opening duel just yet.
Almost. It takes place there. Rin. Oh no! Levy certainly should have won that. The fire eventually finishes off Rin, but he's been worth his weight in gold, taking down Levy on the Grim. And that's all the fire gone from Capital. Is there a breach onto the side? It seems like there might be. The smoke is also targeted by the Deimos. He's on the floor, likely to be finished off shortly. Is a plant available here for Falls as he prones into the site? Mephi is the one to deny the plant, but no, a Nitro cell from Good Boy. Sails from on high. And now again, Dplus have been stalled.
They can't get in. They have to go into the bomb site door or rotate outside the building. So they're stalling, they're locked out. Tracker comes through, Vert from Deimos, a double swing on the door.
Oh no. It can't keep going this way. Mephi finding another.
Yes, it can.
Bullet against 4. This was the round that Dplus needed. Now he swings the angle with the shotgun. That's a hell of a lot of damage, but guess what? Good Boy's got one of those too, and he is so keen to swing it. Just waiting for a kill. Coded finds the angle. The round is on lock for FEARX. 4 in a row on Lair to match the 5 in a row that we saw on Cafe. And it looks like it might be all over for Dplus. How do they get back into it from here?
2 things defined the round there for me for Dplus losing it. First is the Capital Fire right here. They have 2 Capital Fires. They know that Rin is stuck in the corner. The second Capital Fire arrow does not come out until after Rin gets the kill on the attack on the hallway. If you double fire that earlier, or the guy in the hallway doesn't swing aggressively and dies, you kill Rin for free. Now you're playing 4 versus 5, and you can continue that execute. The second thing is when they're on the bomb site, they were planting by the outside breach first. And then Hibana was tossing in flashbangs, just trying to cover, making sure nobody's swinging. Hibana team flashed herself with the flashbang, and actually Thermite stopped planting with only 2 seconds left on the plant door going down, because the call came, hey, I'm blinded, he might push you. Then Thermite stops planting, he then rotates into the deep position, where he then gets C4'd 5 seconds later. Had Hibana flashed herself, or Thermite sucked the plan, you're in a post-plan 4 versus 4, that's completely winnable. It's, again, the small things that Dplus are messing up that is costing them all these rounds. But I will say this, it's FEARX playing incredibly well, combined with Dplus, of course, making some errors.
Yeah, but you can't afford to make many of those, right? It's 4-0.
You can't.
It's 9 rounds straight for FEARX across the series. Dplus really need to salvage a 2-4 here. And how do they do that? Well, they need to start with opening picks. That used to be what they were good at. As of late, not so much. Looking at the last 4 rounds, every single round of this game, they have lost the opening kill. We've seen team kills in abundance. We've seen a tactical timeout that is failed. Does not convert to a round win. We need to see the teeth from Dplus that we've seen from them for the whole body stage.
Let's see if Mephi can find more value on the staircase. I mean, surely he should go punish now. There's an attacker downstairs by the window, so he's gonna have to fight for his life. First nade goes out, here's a jammer, second one follows through. But again, the Asami keeper, protection and a kill. Mini game again.
Yeah, and
the
Mephi
mini games are
falls back.
so good to FEARX.
All over the map.
It's small things.
How are they finding these kills? How is the Tachanka fire getting a kill onto midi there as well?
Fire. Must have been an injury, and then confirmed by the fire. Using the Asami this way, though, it's so simple but so good siege. Mephi can only fall back if someone covers the window. They keep it off, he can fall back. They somehow also got the kill. That's a cherry on top. And Dplus, third time trying to clear Mephi in a corner, he somehow comes out victorious. 2 people fall, he stays alive. 1 minute left. It's looking like a 5-0.
Yeah, Mephi's so good in those Hell in a Cell spots. This is good teamwork though. The nade through the floor and Nears with the fire and the vault in. Has a beachhead, but Rin's found him. Now Bullet trying to find his entry. Finds 1 kill on Dakota. Doesn't have a lot of bullets left in the mag. Switches to the pistol and it's an easy lockout for FEARX. 5 rounds straight on Lair. Makes it 10 rounds in the series in a row for FEARX, and only 2 more required to dismiss the last of the APL imports and take the crown.
I will go back to my previous statement that FEARX are very comfortable and very good on this particular map. I mean, they have a small play for every scenario. How to save their teammates, when to fall back, where the C4s are going, and they got strategical depth. They're doing the same things, playing the same corners, sure, but the small ways in which they help each other, they keep changing. It can be a C4, it can be a keeper, it can be toxic babes, it can be Tachanka fire, it can be a mirror window, supporting a position. And why change a whole lot right now if you're winning 5-0 almost flawlessly? It's another round where Dplus, they get 1 or 2 kills. That's look at the skill tally. 1-5 for midi, 0-5 for bullet, 2-5 falls, 1-5 nears, 1-5 levy. They are not getting more than a single kill a round almost. And as a matter of fact, they have gotten a singular kill a round so far. That's almost 5 flawlesses, James. If you just condense those down. It's ridiculous.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
I'm just so dejected now for Dplus. I mean, this hasn't even been a battle on Lair here. This is their own...
They picked the map too,
yeah, they picked this bloody map. It's their second favorite map, according to the statistics of their preferences, how they operate in the ban vetoes. They love this map. It's always been against them. Yeah, I mean...
They ain't winning it.
Certainly not. And now Levy's second-guessing how he wants to breach this wall open. There should be a crouchable entry with a little bit of an awkward angle as well. And another angle opened up to try and enable deep lines of sight into the objective. But look at the confidence with which Good Boy continues to peak.
Yeah. And I think you need this from FEARX. I think some people watch this and go, oh, but just play passive, FEARX are struggling. Or sorry, Dplus are struggling. Dplus are struggling right now because FEARX keep applying pressure on the important areas of the map. They're winning this effortlessly because they're not just giving up space for free by playing sheltered roles on the bomb site. Look, they're still sticking around top floor. They're still swinging the breach with good boy, just peeking for info. And Dplus have to work for every single inch of the map. Look at this. They're swinging the staircase. They trade. They get a kill elsewhere. This is great for FEARX.
Keep on trading down. You've got the numbers advantage. Reloading. Still vertical control up above with Rin and Mephi. And no real ground taken.
What's the vision?
By Dplus.
No, none. They're all outside the building. They're completely locked out. As I said earlier, you need to full commit on Lair. Either you're taking top floor or you're not taking top floor. And if you just want to send one attacker upstairs to hold the flank, you gotta clear the top floor area first, then leave one guy stranded. You can't just send in one guy and expect him to win because there's 2 defenders up here, and there was a third earlier.
Oh, it's a 2-team.
They get 2v1.
Yeah.
It's a 2v1.
And that's fine by FEARX as Math, they'll win that every single time. Midi has not once set foot inside the building, and he will be locked out completely. It's a flawless defensive half for FEARX. It's their 11th round in a row in the series, and I think it's going to be 12 because there's nothing that Dplus can throw at them now. Their momentum has been building ever since this Korean super team was formed. 6-0, and on the verge of another championship for Korea in APL North.
It's gotta be a double shield ban. Right now, it has to be like the Blackbeard or the Blitz follow-up in my mind right now. Otherwise, Dplus, they're gonna open up or leave open a door that they don't wanna experience. I've seen it so many times last year in Stage 1 and Stage 2, the double triple shield from FEARX, and there's so few things that can stop it. They ban the Monty, they ban the Blitz. Okay, good. Dplus know what they're up against. They have studied their opponent. This is a good sign, but they're still down 0-6. They need to go absolutely flawless. There's the Fuse Shield that we spoke of earlier. It's a very real pick for Woogieman. He loves it on this particular map, both on top floor, third bomb site, and basement. It's always playable for this team.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
And this must just feel so sweet here, especially for Coded and Woogie after being dropped from Dplus, after representing that organization for so many years in Rainbow Six. Off the top of my head, I think the organization entered Rainbow Six in around 2020, 2021, and ever since then, Woogie and Coded have flown their banner, even all the way to Sweden for the major in Gävle in 2021, where Rin himself was 1 kill away from knocking out the eventual major champions and now world champions of FaZe Clan. Of course, where Bullet once played himself. And now FEARX, with this rejuvenated roster, this Korean super team, have absolutely executed dominance and allayed all doubts on the Korean region. You can't just import players into APAC and expect that you will best us. You cannot just pick up talent from wherever you want, from any region of the world, and bring them down into the Asia-Pacific region and expect you're going to get a free spot to majors and to international events. Because FEARX will do just this. 6-0 on Dplus's map pick with 6 championship points.
So watching Rin's player cam, he was holding that drone on the glass. He was smiling the entire time for 30 seconds straight. FEARX, they got some funny comms going. Woogieman from the Fuse into Blackbeard is going to lead his team from the front. And look at this lineup. The Glass, the Sense, the Blackbeard, the Deimos. FEARX, they love setting up these things. 3, 2, 1 countdown and just go absolutely nuclear in the server. And the issue here is Dplus, I'm not sure they're ready for it. Yes, they got Goyo Fire. Yes, they got Mirror. They got good operators. But do they know what's coming, and do they have the mental strength to fight back? Because falling back is not going to save you. You have to fight them somewhere, and ideally, before you reach the bomb site.
And so Midi can set the floor alight. Try and keep FEARX at bay a bit longer. The drone will peek on through it. Happy to take the heat. And here comes that Deimos, that deadly Deimos from down below. The Tachanka spotted. They're not taken out as of yet. So much red ping info as well onto the site, as Tachanka again brings out that Shamika to try and whittle down that timer. It's working. The smoke as well. But how long will this work for?
And they got the perfect operators, and so far they're playing it well. Mitty keeps stalling out Woogieman. Mind you, if you're a shield operator, Blackbeard, Monty, whatever, and you walk into fire, you will get shield guarded, which means Woogieman has to respect the fires from Tachanka.
Oh, but Falls, a big swing. And 2 opening kills here for Dplus. A good swing as well from Falls. He's finally conjured some confidence. Good boy, 7-0. Looks for something, but he just finds a face full of buckshot as Dplus finally find what they've been looking for, the confidence to swing and take control here on Lair. It's a 1v5. Neil's put in the dirt, and Falls will claim the final kill. Tooth and nail, it's scrappy, but he will force himself into this game. Dplus need their game faces on now. That's the first of many required to bring this game back.
Looking good. I think Dplus, they got the right strategical approach on how to counter the aggressive lineup, playing passive utility operators. The issue is, not every bomb site can bring that same approach with the same level of success. Basement has, of course, two options to it. Either you do kind of what FEARX did, where you play by the staircase, you fall back. But then, if you don't get any kills, you risk the attackers just executing 5v5 against you. FEARX somehow, when they play downstairs bomb site, they always got kills on mid if you play in the staircase. Dplus, they're not showing us that same mentality. They're playing Lesion, they're playing Scopos, they're playing Melusi, much more passive intel, get around the building, and go for an extensive roam. If Dplus can get a kill or two, then fall back to the bomb site and give up the roam, that could be their win condition. Again, it's high risk, high reward, but at this point, I don't think you need to risk assess if you're Dplus. Every single thing is risky, because if you lose any round, if they clutch, if you mess up, you will lose. It's important right now, if you're one of the Brazilians, that you tell yourself, it's 0-0, we gotta play our hearts out. Don't worry about if I make the wrong play, we lose, because then you're gonna stop yourself from making the correct play, and you will be hesitating when it comes down to those nanosecond decision making. So 0-0, play your hearts out, and see how far you can go for that comeback.
I don't know, Pengu. I don't see it. I just don't see it for 5 more rounds.
You gotta believe. You gotta believe. I mean, that first round was the greatest start Dplus could have hoped for, and they look good doing it. The only fear is that there's 3 bombs, well, there's 4 bomb sites, but you gotta hit that tertiary eventually, which statistically is just weaker.
Oh my god, a triple refrag! And it looks like it might even be a complete rush. Falls finds 2. Trading out his teammate. FEARX have shown their hand, but they also show their fire. As Coded finds 1, a big swing from Rin. Not 50 seconds into the round, and we're down to just 5 players left in the server. Both teams left bloodied, but FEARX are better off.
Imagine holding that door thinking, I hear one guy pushing in, I got a freebie, guys, and you see 2 more people behind him. An injury, not a killer zone demos, he got revived, and of course you saw False gets the kills. FEARX, they hit the reset button. They hacked the cameras, they got Boogie phone call to spare, they got numbers advantage, they can use a Flores now, they can drone, set up the flank cameras. There is a Scopos shell upstairs, which could be problematic later on with the right timing from Nears. He's under pressure. Exterior door, hatch above him, and divert. They are everywhere surrounding him.
There comes the logic bomb, and so there's no Scopos gadget to be activated now. But Falls will find 1. Man, this guy has really brought the fire in the last 2 rounds. Single-handedly bring his team back into it. But Rin's found 1. He is fearless. And him and Coded together now need to find Falls, who must ace or lay down arms and submit to FEARX. As Coded and Rin team together, he holds down the line with the slug shotty, a pre-fire, and Rin is on the ground! It's an ace for Falls! Dplus! When everything is on the line, they refuse to die!
Such an awkward position in the 2v1. They're trying to get the flashbangs in. Blind Falls, he plays around it perfectly. In fact, the flashbang hits his body and does 5 damage. It bounces really far away and he goes unblinded. And that's the big thing there. FEARX, they swung that final door thinking he's either going to be sprinting away, turning his back, or he will be blinded. And he won't take down both of us. But he did, because he juked the flashbang so well. It comes down to individual heroics. I mean, look at the damn scoreboard. 1, 2, 10, 2 kills. This is Falls' game when it comes to Dplus. He needs help. He needs other players to step up now and join him on the scoreboard and do some killing in the server. Yes, Dplus have gotten 2 rounds now. They're stalling for the inevitable loss of what it feels like right now. But what if other players, they start showing up? What if Falls is just buying enough time for Bullet to be the hero, for Levy to be the hero, like they've been before earlier today, both on Cafe and up against Scars?
All right, 2 rounds down, Dplus. Keep it going. Keep that fire lit well. An aggressive spawn peek, a bunch of damage done to Coded. FEARX have kept things pacey. We saw a rush last round. What's the play this time around? There's no shield. Of course, next round, Dplus will be able to ban that Blackbeard, get rid of the last shield available to FEARX.
Yeah. Very likely. Looking at the current state of things. Or curious for FEARX's side what they deem to be the problem, whether it's the Goyo or maybe even the Smoke or Tachanka, just like things that are slowing down their aggressive pushes. Tertiary bomb side has one very popular, very common strat that teams they use. It's the sense of Wookieman. You just toss down those projectile walls, you run in, you try and go for a plant while applying some pressure upstairs. Again, for FEARX, they got so many rounds to try and figure things out. This first rotation is seeing the playstyle of Dplus, then you do the final operator ban, then round 4, 5, 6 on the second half, you can now counter strat. So the longer this goes on for, the more things FEARX have to work with information-wise, strategically about Dplus's defensive setup. And Dplus, looking at their cafes, they don't change all that many things around typically. So they should favor FEARX the longer we go on for. Mitzi hunting for a kill, roaming around, and Nears playing aggressive on the exterior door. Dplus, they are applying good pressure.
And they found the first pick.
Oh, the timing.
Now Nears gets aggressive, he's shut down on Dplus. Is this where it ends? Another one to fall. 4v2. Bullet and Falls separated, but man, Falls has been the shining light and the savior of Brazil today. With an ace to send us here. He makes his way forward, SMG-11 in hand, and he almost sees the feed of Coded, who is lit up from Levy early in the rounds. The smoke cannot land. Bullet is also still above, watching through the vertical angles. And will the plant come in through? Wookieman needs to make his way back onto that site as the ROUs roll on out. FEARX look for their plant, but they are patient. They know they've got the advantage, and you cannot buy success in this region because FEARX will be waiting for you. APAC refuses to be disrespected by foreign teams or imports, and it's utter domination from South Korea. The FEARX are once again kings in the north.
Big shout out to the supportive cast behind them, Nova and Dark working together, making strats, prepping the boys. Dark said, the coach of FEARX, we've been working so hard. We want to go to EWC, we want to be the best in the region. We're here to prove that we are the best, and you got to take us down to try and conquer that #1 spot. And they've done it successfully, decisively, slow start on Cafe, a great comeback, and then an insanely one-sided map of Lair.
Yeah, well, Rob, if Cafe was all about the comeback, well, Lair was all about the capitulation for Dplus.
The capitulation, a word I've not heard in a hot minute, but it aptly describes the first half for Dplus Kia. 12 rounds in a row for FEARX is what it took to close this series. Unbelievable. And I think, like, honestly, looking back at this game now, it is such a shame for Dplus Kia because we were hyping them up as potentially the only team that could stand in FEARX's way. They had 3 map points back on map 1. Not enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's a funny old world that we live in, right? We have an APAC region, 3 APAC teams will qualify.
Yep, crazy how that happens.
It's funny how that happens. You know, we talk about, obviously, the imports and, you know, what they're going to do to this region. Well, in the end, the imported players haven't done anything. But you don't know where I'm going with this. It's the imported coaches. So, I mean, in Oceania, you got a Korean coach.
Yes.
Obviously for Enterprise, the old Mingo. Dark, the Brazilian coach, and Mipe as well for Weibo.
Oh, very true.
Import the coach, not the players. You will find success in APAC. But I'm very happy for FEARX 2-0 as well. Obviously, Cafe was, you know, a very intriguing game as to how that played out, winning the last 4 rounds straight to take that map, or 5 or whatever it ended up being. But you know, you think back to the upper bracket final, and you know, it was actually kind of similar in nature when you kind of look at the maps overall. An 8-7, 7-3. Well, today was an 8-6, 7-2. So like, it's pretty similar on paper, isn't it? And clearly the best team in APAC North. And you know, the funny thing is that we kind of now end everything out, and it's like, well, FEARX, Weibo, Enterprise. Who do you take out of those 3? We won't know this stage.
No, we won't.
Stage 2, you'll get some answers.
You certainly will. I think that's the exciting part about this entire year is there is a point at which all of these teams are going to converge. APL will be together again. But speaking about being together again, it's time to have a chat with Dark. I feel like it was only last week that we were speaking to you,
Hello.
Dark.
Hello.
Yeah, hello guys.
There is so many questions that I could ask you to kickstart, but I think I just want to keep it simple. How does it feel to be champions of the North?
Deserve it, right? We play too many maps this season and they just lose one map. So I think if someone have to win today for qualify was us, right? We deserve it.
Doug, I guess you're in somewhat of an intriguing position. Obviously, you'd be aware about a lot of the talk regarding the imported teams, Elevate Brazilian roster, Dplus Brazilian roster, even Gaming Gladiators with a couple of European players. You yourself, of course, being technically from outside the region, but you've been in here for quite a while now. We feel like you're maybe a bit more homegrown.
Yeah.
What's your view now with the stage conclusion on how those imported teams have come in? Do you think it's made the region better and gotten teams in, of course, APAC North, Asia, OS playing at a better level?
I think like the make the level increase, of course, like they're a hard team. But honestly, I have a fear with that for a long time because if you want to think just about the Apex scenario, I'm gonna give one example about Korean players. We have us, Talon, and the Mir. So don't have one more slot, right? And Japanese they have a 14, and how's gonna be for new players, right? They never have a chance. So always foreigner gonna come to here and we not don't have a new player. So I think this with more years, maybe it's a rule to change, in my opinion. But anyway, now that's the scenario. So I don't like to see no one trashing talk these guys because they're just working like everyone. They have the same drink than everyone. They don't deserve trash talk for be here. And of course, make everyone work more, right? So make for sure Scar's preparation better to play against them today. Us too. So make the level go big, but. I don't think it's a good thing for the scenario for a long time.
I know you only just won, so you haven't got a ton of time to think about it just yet. But looking ahead at your invited spot at EWC, do you see that as maybe an opportunity to make up for Reload, an event where perhaps you had expectation to maybe go a little bit further? Do you go into this next event hoping for maybe a top 4 finish? Is that realistic for you and the team?
Totally realistic. I think this is the main goal for sure. I say today before the match was the first thing I say with everyone because we can be proud because in Reload we play really well, very good result. The top 8 and was one of the 3 teams who make 4 wins in the group stage, and until he loads on science until here we improve a lot your level. So in Reload the things was good, so now you're really better like a team. You understand really better how we can play together because Reload was just the first tournament, right? So now we have the second tournament together for we do better, and we really believe gonna be better than top 8. Is that the main thing we work every day to get.
It's a short turnaround, though, Dark. Obviously, from now until EWC. Do you, as the coach, have anything in mind in terms of what you're going to do to prepare for that?
Yeah, one of the things we do here is a lot because screen level in APAC is a kind of not the better region to your preparation. So when you go to tournaments like that, have to be careful for you don't just understand what's happening, right? Different style, Europe and the Brazil mainly, right? So I think the one of the things I already doing here every time is study together the other teams for you understand a little for they see for they can feel a little bit more about the different space, right? And just put the mind in that, right? Like forget a little bit how is the APAC teams but being honest don't have too much difference. Like the APAC teams all the regions is improving a lot, but anyway we have to be careful for don't go in the first game days and start slow, right?
Yeah.
Because Saudi is really fast tournament too, right? So just 2 games go out, just 2 games you go play off, right?
Yeah, it's a scary format, especially for APAC teams. It's very unforgiving, and notoriously APAC teams have always struggled in shorter time spans. Look, we've talked quite on a larger scope. There's one thing that I'm burning to ask you at the moment. This grand final, obviously, there was a lot of discussion around how BNK FEARX were going to play. We were all in the camp of BNK FEARX. We think that currently you are the best team in APAC North, but you go 3-0 down and you call attack timeout. This is something that I want to hear from your perspective because I think a lot of people praise you as a phenomenal coach in this region and for good reason. Can you give us a little bit of context or maybe, I guess, just give us a peek behind the curtain as to what you're thinking about going 3-0 down? What's the conversation like when you come in there?
You're saying about not exactly one map, right? You say any timeout, right? Just for me understand the question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
this is a very specific example, but you've got those that replicate throughout the time.
yeah, if you want to say like a good example for anything, so every case is a case because we have a plans. They know what they have to do every round.
Yeah.
So things we're gonna do different than the game plan is not too much in out. So sometimes in tactical, in the pause, or you're gonna say something because it's something different, so it's not a setting before the game, and maybe you start bad in the match. One thing many coaches have to do is sometimes, for example, you're losing for 0-3. You don't need to pause for talking about 3 rounds, right? Because we have to pause and maybe just a 1 round. We just have to do 1 round for you team back for the trail, right? So many pause can be something like that, or for sure, other pause is something more about the style that the teams play, or just some mental things where you take care. Because maybe you're not joining the match, right? Like sleeping and the things like that. But for sure, like every case is a different case. But the one of the today I used was one idea to we try to win that and the team back for the game.
Yep. Well, it worked. There's no doubt about it. It worked. Going on to win 12 rounds in a row is pretty insane. Anything else from you boys?
No, just congratulations, Dark, and looking forward to seeing you guys once again perform internationally. I know that for FEARX and the APAC region, it's always a team that does well internationally, and hopefully that can continue. So just sending best wishes.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, guys. So can I call everyone here? So
Absolutely. Of course, we'll always give you the floor, mate.
Come here, guys. So, first for me, for the Brazilian fans, valeu todo mundo. Muito obrigado o carinho de todo mundo. Sempre quem manda mensagem. Beijo minha mãe, meu pai, minha namorada. Todo mundo tá assistindo aí. E eu vou passar o microfone para os coreanos. So, guys, Korean in the voice now.
Yep.
You can say Korean fans, guys.
뭐라 해야 되지? 항상 저희 열심히 하니까 믿고 응원해 주시면 계속 좋은 성적으로 보답하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
That's fine. Yeah, we understand everything, guys.
Yeah. We would have been here for a while, so thank you for that, Doug. That's even better, mate. Best of luck to you and the team in EWC, and safe travels.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Thank you.
Mate. Again, a great regional leader, but you can see that just in that piece alone, the division in just that team alone, Dark doesn't speak Korean. Most of them don't speak English,
It's
or
pretty,
if they
it's
do,
pretty
it's very
remarkable.
broken.
Like, it's very remarkable when you think about it.
It is.
Success that they've had, and also just the influence from Dark as an individual, right? He's really stuck it out. It hasn't been easy, and now rewarded. And I mean, I share his excitement for EWC and potential for a top 4. I think it is quite realistic. I think they'll feel a bit hard done by given their reload performance, but as he said himself, they have gone behind the scenes. They have done a lot of hard work. They have continued to improve. It translates into today, and going forward internationally, they could well be flying the flag for APL.
Big W's all round.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can't go past Rin. I think that for me, whenever I've looked at FEARX as a team, though, they're a team. They're a proper team. They don't need just a single player to really pop off and stand out. And you know what? To a degree, you could probably look across the board, the 3 teams that won APL. Isn't that a pretty common trend for all 3 of those teams? You're not sitting back and saying, well, they had a single player that went and dropped 40 in a series, and that was the difference maker. Like, you've got 3 teams that I think have, core IGLs/supports that do their role, fraggers that do their role, but they don't have to over-exceed it, so that if they have a poor one, then you end up losing. They're just really well balanced, and I think that's what we've seen from, essentially, the 2 super merged teams in, Weibo and FEARX, based on how those teams kind of formed coming into this year. And then obviously for Enterprise being a sort of newly built team, it's really good to see for the APL region that not only were the imported teams taken down, but also these new teams have been able to rise and play a really good level brand of Siege. But now begs the question, you're going to have FEARX, Enterprise at Weibo go to an international event. How are they going to perform? It's going to be fascinating.
That is the big question at the end of the day is, all grand finals finished 2-0. I mean, that in itself is pretty crazy because how does this translate when we go international? We've always been hopeful